Well, from my perspective, design is self-evident. You know, and I know, and everybody knows when they see something, whether it's something that's been produced by design or by accident. For example, when you find a watch, you see a watch, it's logical to conclude that there was a watchmaker. When you see a painting, it's entirely logical to conclude there was a painter. When you hear a beautiful piece of music, there was a composer behind that music. Design is the product of intelligence. In that way, design is the antithesis or the opposite of chance. So when you see the ink spilled on the pad, the milk spilled on the floor, or something like that, the explosion that produced the mess that we see random processes, we see chance processes, we see accidental processes, and of course the order is generally missing, and there's a lack of specified complexity, to use the technical term. I think design is self-evident, and accident is also apparent. Now, when we come to living things, my question is this, or my observation is this. We can say that a painting must have a painter. Let's suppose that that painting is of a sunset. How can we conclude that the painting must have a painter, but the sunset doesn't have an architect behind it? I find that incongruous. How can we conclude that a symphony has a composer, but the information that we see in a human cell, in its genome, does not have an intelligent originator? We can see a computer program, some of them are thousands of lines long, but they are small compared to what we find of the layers and layers of information processing in a single cell. How can we conclude that this computer program here is designed, for sure, nobody doubts it, but then when we look at the software in the cell, there's all sorts of questions as to how it could have been produced without a designer. And of course, the simple answer is, if that's designed, then so is this. And that's where I come from.